What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Listen. I fucked around and recorded the wrong episode last night. I recorded the episode that came on the week before. But thank God, OWN got their app and it was online and it was on the app too. So I caught up. This is If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 3, Episode 17. In God's hand. We gonna put it all in God's hand. Um, how did this episode start off? Girl, I don't even remember how it started off. All I know is we just gonna, okay, yeah. Lucian was talking to Kelly and, trying to get Kelly to understand that with all this stuff that's going on, Justice is going through it too, just like you're going through it. So you need to have Justice come down here. You need to talk to him. You need to tell him what's going on. You need to reassure him that you're okay and all that stuff. And don't continue to leave him in the dark because, like he say, he's not that young of a kid to not know what's going on. He needs to be updated about what's happening with his mom and all this stuff. And you know, she's like, I don't want him to see me like this. I don't want him to see me like this. And that's understandable because, bitch, I don't want nobody to see me like this. But hey, we got to do a lot of things that we don't want to do right now. Oh my God. Bitch, whatever. So, they doing all of that. And eventually she comes to terms with, yes, I need to see my son. And this is the only way that I'm going to see him. And she do see him. Before that, Lucian had run into the lawyer Carl. Okay, and Carl told him, "Bitch, I'm fired. Okay, that's what I am." And he was like, "Fired? Yeah, because I gave her the plea deal and she didn't want to take it." He said, "What was the plea deal?" And it was like 2 life sentences for the 2 murders of Ramsey and Travis instead of the death penalty. That's the plea deal. Lucius was looking like, bitch, what the fuck? That ain't no goddamn plea deal. Of course she wouldn't take that shit. Hell, I wouldn't take it either. And he was like, well, that's the best thing that she got. And then showed her the footage, showed Lucian the footage of her saying what she said to Randall. And he knew right then and there that it was a setup, what Randall was doing and what she meant by what she said. And it was like, you know what? She's innocent. And that's all that I can tell you. He said, well, being innocent and proving that you're innocent is 2 different things. And I was like, that is true because it's a lot of innocent people that are in jail right now because the courts then found them guilty because this one juror or the jury appears and found them guilty of this and that and they don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's understandable. But he eventually, Lucian, when he get through talking to Carl, he calls Ian and was like, look, so did you find Larry? He was like, yeah, I found him. I know where, yeah, I'm finna go get him. Because earlier, Lucian had confronted Eddie. Okay? Eddie, where the fuck is Larry at? Oh, so, at first they was talking in codes and stuff, and Eddie up here trying to bring up Andrew. Oh, I don't know where Andrew at. If you looking for Andrew, I'm talking about go talk to Uncle Rusty. Okay, that's who you need to talk to. He was like, bitch, we ain't talking about Andrew right now. I said, damn, so we just gonna push Andrew to the side like that? He talking about Larry at the moment. Bitch, I really hope Larry is not dead. I hope he just passed the fuck out. Okay, because if so, granted, he had it coming, but he ain't really have it coming like that. But then again, he kind of had it coming. But then again, Eddie probably gonna get away with it. Eddie talking about something. Oh, I got some more stuff on this Escada case, bitch. We ain't on that right now. Okay, you trying to deflect from Andrew to the Larry, now back to the Escada case. We ain't said shit about the Escada case in 2 seasons. Okay, we still on this. Where the fuck Larry at? He keep on trying to call Lucian out to be being FBI and all that stuff. Of course, Lucian ain't buying it. Whatever. He's still playing a role, and he's like, I'm finna go get Larry. Later on, Justice does come up to the jail cell, the jail, and when he does, um, that scene with Justice and Kelly, that was a lot. Cause that boy was really acting. He was like, "But mom, I want you out of here. You didn't do anything. It's not fair. It ain't fair." And if your little ass would have opened up your mouth and told them what the fuck that man was doing, maybe she wouldn't have been up in that situation. I ain't gonna blame the kid because he an innocent victim up in this whole thing, and he was manipulated. You know, you get the whole you strike the weakest link, and the weakest link is the kids, okay? And that's because they're still developing. They grown a bond to Travis and all that. So therefore, it has to, that's how it's easier to manipulate them and him to get over on him first. Use the child against the parent. And that's exactly what Travis was doing. And so they had that little heart-to-heart session with each other, and it was just sad to see. It really was. He was really a mama's boy, and she loves her son, and she felt like she didn't have a choice in doing what she did. And I understand that because there are a lot of cases out here with a lot of women who are being stalked by people, and not just women, but men too, who are being stalked by people and being, harassed by people, and you call the cops and you try to get restraining orders and you try to do this and you try to do that, and nothing helps. And then sometimes some of the calls and some of the warnings go unnoticed, and they don't take it serious, okay, until that person ends up dead. It's been a few cases like that where, women were in domestic disputes and, situations where it wasn't safe for them, and they called and tried to have the cops come, and they didn't come because they thought they was playing games, or, you're willingly there, so whatever, and then they wind up dead a few hours later. So yeah, this shit happens. But moving on from that, Esperanza's so concerned about what Steven said. Lucian, like, why are you so concerned when today is his day off? I mean, y'all just broke up, okay? Maybe he don't want to talk to you right now because you did say this is done, don't talk to me and all this shit. Maybe that's what it is. She went from that to accusing Eddie of doing something to him because Eddie was following him, okay? Eddie was outside the house the last time we seen him leave, and oh my God, maybe Eddie did have something to do with it, because remember when he got into it and he was sitting on his bike and he said, "I'm not leaving until you leave," okay? And when Eddie didn't pull off until that van pulled off after Stevens pulled off. It was a black van that followed behind Stevens when he left from Esperanza house. Bitch, if Eddie had something to do with it, you got all these goddamn bodies on your goddamn hand, bitch. We can't even fucking find Andrew's body and give his body to his goddamn parents and let them know where his son at, they son at, and all this stuff. Get him a little memorial, have a little repast, bury him down in the ground and all that shit before you go off and you fuck up another person's life. God damn it, Eddie. You are something else, bitch, okay? Now I'm thinking about it, and he probably did do something with that black fucking van, bitch, okay? You got to pay attention to the details. Even the smallest ones, you have to pay attention to them bitches. But, anyway, moving on from that, Natalie was at the crib, and all of a sudden, somebody knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And she was like, "Come on in." They knocking again. "Come on in." It's fucking Randall, okay? It is Randall. Mind you, earlier in the episode, when it started off, it picked up where it left off last week with Randall and Alex being up in the damn shed again. And he was like, "Take your clothes off. I'm finna fuck this shit." Okay? She was like, "I mean, I did say I'd do any and everything for you, but I can't do this." He was like, "You still love me though, right?" She was like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, you're lying." She was like, "No, I'm not lying." And he asking her all these questions. Of course, she gonna say yes, giving him the answers that he want to hear and all this stuff. And of course, he's not buying it. But eventually, she winds up leaving. Okay, she talking about something. "I just want to be at peace with you. That's it. I don't want no more drama. I don't want anything else happening. I just want to be at peace with you." Okay? And I was like, it's never going to happen. Okay? He asking, "So you did like having sex with me, right?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah. Do you think about me?" "I mean, yeah, I think about you sometimes." She was like, "What you think about?" She was like, "Well, how angry you make me, and you know, most times it's how angry you've been making me and all this stuff. And I said, see, Alex has been getting turned on by this whole thing. It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, she turned on by this shit that Randall been doing. On the other hand, she trying to play that shit cool because if Brad wasn't in the picture, she would definitely be with Randall right about now. You can't tell me no different. So she trying to make it seem like she don't want the attention that he giving her. But bitch, I see right through that bullshit. Okay, if you so willing to do this, like you ain't got no fucking husband already, you already know what it is. You want that man still too. Okay, it was like some who was better. She gonna say Brad was better. I said Brad couldn't fuck you that good. That's why you went over there and you was fucking with Randall, because Brad was just doing it missionary style with your ass. Remember that in the first seasons or whatever? That's all he wanted to do was that one position. But whatever, he must have learned and picked up on a few more positions because he fucking the shit out of Marcy. Got that bitch sprung on that dick. Okay, Marcy up in the no, let me go back. Natalie saw Alice coming out that shed, and she was like, "Baby, what you doing coming out that backyard? Don't let nobody see you coming out that yard with him. Okay, we already got some issues going on with him already. All this drama going on in this neighborhood because of you and him. We ain't got no time for that." She was like, "He knows. He knows about the baby. He knows about this and he knows about that." She was like, you gotta play it at your own game, play his game and all this shit, and she was just again trying to give him a little bit of advice or whatever. She's not really gonna take it. Randall comes over to Natalie's house. This is the person that was knocking on the door, and when he come in, she was like, "Wait a minute." I said, first of fucking all, after all the bullshit that's been happening in this neighborhood, how come y'all ain't locking the doors? How come? And Natalie, you gonna tell this man you from the hood? You from the hood, but you got your door unlocked. Okay? He come over there fake apologizing to her, trying to be a little like he, on his goody two shoes and saying, "I'm sorry for, accusing you and this stuff with Lucian, and he's not the baby daddy. I'm really the baby daddy. Dr. Rustin is the one that switched the test." And he kept on asking if that was the doctor and all that shit. And Natalie caught on real quick, because bitch, we caught on quick too. He was trying to trip Natalie up and see if she was gonna say something about, if it was real that the doctor did switch the test and it was her, and confirming it, all that stuff. She said, bitch, she took that knife out that fucking cutlery board and was like, "Let me tell you something. Cutting block." She said, "Bitch, let me tell you something. I'm from the hood. You can get your ass out of here. You really thought that I was stupid, huh? Just because I'm from the hood, you think I'm stupid as fuck? But let me tell you something. My hood smart say we don't talk to fucking ops out here like that. And bitch, you the fucking ops, okay? That's what the fuck you are. You thought you was gonna trip me up and get me to say something to you to what? Do what?" And I said, "Oh shit, Natalie," but then Natalie, you kind of confirmed it in his mind when you said it like that. When a motherfucker like him, in his mind, what you just said was that's all the confirmation that he needed, even though it still wasn't correct, because we go back to the hospital, and like I said last week, Ian, Lucian had called Ian and said, "Bitch, you need to owe me a favor because I found out where Larry's at, but you need to tell me, give me the guy, the lawyer, whatever." And he was like, "Okay, fine." I called the guy, and he's this guy that's really, really good with the cases and stuff. He can help out what's her name? Kelly. But, he's a rival of Larry, so that should be interesting too. So there you go. But Ian popped up at the hospital with these papers. And I told y'all last week, he forged Randall's signature. Okay? And at this point, Brad was already in the hospital with Marcy. And when he came in Brad looking like, "The fuck?" And it was like, "Well, can I speak to her by myself? Like, can we have this private moment?" And he was like, "Okay, fine." He go outside. Brad, soaking in the hallway, acting like a little jealous ass little pup. Then, Ian tells her, "Listen." So Randall finally signed the papers. You all to the good. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy. I can't believe it. Really?" He was like, "Yeah, Larry must have convinced him and all that shit." Okay, fine. So when Ian comes out the door, Brad basically attacking him. "Oh, you are a scum of a lawyer. That's low of you to come here. She's going through all this shit with this baby, hoping that she don't lose the baby, and you up here concerned about signing off on the house and shit." I said, "Brad, slow your roll up. Okay, slow your fucking roll up. pour them emotions back because you are doing a little bit too much. And that's not exactly what was going on. And he was like, first of all, I care about Marcy. He said, bitch, you don't even know her. Well, I don't give a damn. I'm trying to get to know her, but all y'all got all this fuck shit going on. Shit. A nigga can't get to know nobody with this bitch coming here, this bitch coming here, you, this one, that one. The fuck y'all want from me, okay? I ain't asked to be a part of this shit. That's how Ian was just like, I'm over this bullshit. Then he go back up in the room, and this is when Marcy holding the papers and was like, he did it. He did it. He finally signed the papers. It was like, what you talking about? Randall signed a divorce paper. He was like, that's what he came here for. Yes. And Brad was looking salty as fuck, but he didn't give a shit. Um, Next thing you know, Marcy did say, but it must be something to it because he wouldn't just willingly sign these papers. I said, hell yeah, there's something to it. The fact that he didn't sign those papers, all right? So later, um, Justice, I got that. Esperanza, I got that. Natalie, Lucian, Eddie, nigga. Um, okay. At the end of the episode, they in the hospital room, right, and they just hugging. The doctor come up in there like, the fuck? And I was like, can I speak to you, Brad, outside? Because she told Marcy, everything is good with the baby. I got 2 more tests that's running. We gonna see what's going on with you, but you need to fucking stop stressing out. That's what's going on. You're stressing yourself the fuck out. And so she take him outside and was like, is there anything you need to tell me? What's really going on? He was like, bitch, what you talking about? I mean, you hugged up on her. Y'all look like y'all in an intimate ass relationship. I mean, she ain't your wife. He said, no, she ain't my wife. Yes, we friends. Yes, I hugged the bitch. And why the fuck does it matter to you? What concern is it to you? And I was sitting here like, doctor, don't get no more involved in this shit than you already are. Because people didn't already involuntarily put your shit up in there, put your name in this bullshit, and you don't need to know. Just back the fuck away. I was like, you asking too many questions that you really don't need to know the answer to, because that's an invasion of privacy if you ask me. I was like, whatever relationship that's going on, let them handle that shit. You just go get the test, okay? She was like, well, given that I've been knowing y'all and I've been your doctor for years, you and Mars, you and what's her name? Alex's doctor for years. Uh uh I need to know how I need to go about this with Marcy and Alex and all this shit. It was like, because Alex just called me and said that she coming up here on the elevator. And it was like, bitch, what? Girl, just worried about your own shit, okay? It is what it is. And next thing you know, here comes Randall ass. Randall bring his ass up there and was like, excuse me, are you Dr. Reston? And she was like, yeah, what's up? Who are you? It was like, so I just gonna be blunt, and forgive me for being so blunt with it, but are you the bitch that switched the DNA test between me and my son? I was like, wait a minute. But then again, it's Randall, so I was like, well, continue. Go ahead and be disrespectful. She looking like a deer stuck in headlights. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, oh, yeah, you did it. And he talking about he finna sue the hospital. He gonna sue her. He about to get on his phone and call his lawyer. First of all, your lawyer can't get in contact with you because your lawyer might be dead. So, you might want to find somebody else. And she was like, bitch, you can do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do, but I'm calling security, and you need to get the fuck up out of here because I have no idea what the fuck you talking about. Because second of all, that is unethical and irresponsible of me to do some stupid shit like that. I ain't trying to lose my license. And see, when I try to attempt to feel a little something for Alex, it gets taken all the way away, just like it just did. Because you remember when she lied to Brad and said that the doctor said that yes, she switched the test, when she said that she did not do anything of the sort, okay? And Alex brought her ass up there looking stupid as fuck. Now you didn't cost this lady to go into something that she didn't even need to have to go to, okay? You're about to have her records and everything being looked at, all her case and stuff, if Randall goes through with what he go through with suing and all that shit. Now you done disrupted and fucked up this doctor life because of your bullshit, because of your lies, okay? And then Brad standing there like, well, didn't you say that you did this? She was like, bitch, what the fuck did you tell this man? It was like, I thought you told him that you switched. I did not switch shit, okay? Alex, what the hell? And I said, ain't this about a fucking bitch? Alex, you can go to hell for this shit, okay? You all just out here willy-nilly ruining everybody's fucking life, okay? Just because your life is fucked up, you gotta ruin everybody else. That's fucked up. But that's if loving you was wrong. Um, not half and half, man. Hopefully, I'll have Skin doing How to Get Away with Murder up tonight too. You may get a what it is video tonight or today, or you might get it tomorrow. Either or, but you know, depending on how I feel, how my face feel, and I'll see y'all later. Okay. Thank you again for bearing in there with me. Okay. It's just been one hell of a week. I'll see y'all later.